What's going on, everybody? It is Sour Bee Valor, and in today's video, I would like to subtly flex some Shadow Shinies on you guys. I got my Shadow Shiny Tentacruel, a Shadow Shiny Cacturn, a non-Shadow Shiny Feraligatr, but needless to say, Feraligatr is a beast. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with this team. I don't recommend using it if you wanted to climb places, but I still had a lot of fun, and decided, you know what, this team was worthy of a video. That being said, let's get into these battles, shall we? Alrighty, so in game 1, we lead our Shiny Shadow Tentacruel into the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Let's see what they would like to do. If they want to stay in, they're going to throw a couple poison stings, we're going to throw a couple poison jabs, and then they're going to try and swap and catch a Scald, I think, but I wasn't even ready yet. Is what it is. We're going to debuff this Dugong here, coming with the Gator to soak up some of this energy. They're most likely going to try to debuff us, but it is what it is. I'm going to no-shield either way, because I don't care, but they actually go for the harder hitting Drill Run, which is the right move to go for. But we're going to throw this Hydro Cannon here, and I forgot I debuffed them, so I was quite amazed at how much damage that did. But obviously they're going to come back in with the Ariados. They're going to throw this Trailblaze. I am going to shield this 100% because I want these shields down. Hydro Cannon number 1 is going to force shield number 1, hopefully, and it does. So now I'm going to hard swap back into the Tentacruel, and they are going to throw a boosted Trailblaze, which is going to hurt, but I can live it. So we're going to no-shield, farm up, and I'm like, you know what? I have a feeling that they're going to go all in on this Spider, being that they just double boosted themselves. So I got that last shield. And you know what? Have at it, buddy. Take out my Tentacruel. I do not care. But they do have a lot of energy, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to come in with the Gator, force them to throw, and then it's going to be a Shadow Cacturn sweep. That's what I'm hoping for. And look at that. They do throw energy, which works out perfectly. So now, I'm going to come in with the Cacturn. Those poison stings do hurt, but I get just enough farm to outspeed this Greninja to a Trailblaze, not wasting any time, throwing it right away, and boom, see you later. GG's to my opponent. Moving on to game number 2, we lead our Shiny Shadow Tentacruel into, oh my god, what a lead. I hate this blue bunny, you're about to go down. That's what we're going to call that lead. Anyway, they are going to swap into Sandslash, and here, I make a very big mistake, and I go for a bait, which I knew they weren't going to shield because they're not Shadow, but you live and you learn. Either way, we still got a debuff on them. We're going to come in with the Gator, soak this first Drill Run, and I'm going to farm up, and I am going to throw on Charge Attack Priority with the next one, and we win that. So let's see what they want to do. Are they going to invest a shield? They do not. Okay. Now they come back in with the Azu, and I'm going to start dumping these Hydro Cannons. They're not going to hurt, but they will chip away at it, you know? That's all we can do. And they're going to go for a full farm down here, which is not good, because guess what? I get to reach another Hydro, and most likely force a shield, which I did. And I swap into the Tentacruel. Now here's where I get confused. I'm like, why are they throwing energy? And why are they staying in also? This makes me think, what could be in the back? That being said, I'm not throwing any energy here. I'm going to farm this Azu all the way down. That explains it. They have a jump buff in the back. So, Acid Spray number 1, going to debuff it. Acid Spray number 2, going to debuff it again. And I still have both my shields. So, I think, you know what? I'm going to shield this and get off some more poison jab damage. Yep, that's exactly what I do. And I'm like, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, pew! That's what was waiting for you back there. GG's to my opponent. Moving on to the next battle, we lead into yet another Azu. What a surprise. And they are going to instantly swap into their Drifloon. I'm going to enter that swap with my Shadow Feraligatr and start clawing away. And here, I hate myself, but I fall for it. I fall for the bait, and they get the debuff. But it doesn't really matter. We're going to farm up to back-to-back Hydros, throw the first one, see what they want to do. They let it go, and back out comes that annoying little bunny. And we are going to just start dumping these Hydros. Hydro after Hydro, claw after claw. We're making some pretty decent progress here, actually chipping away at it. Yet another Hydro is reached, and they let that one go again. We're going to hard pivot into Tentacruel, and they come out with an Alolan Marowak. And here, I finally go for a bait, and it works. Check it out. Boom. My bait gets the shield. And then, I'm thinking to myself, I can live this, right? Right. Alright. And now, do they fall for it? Do they shield? They probably should, but they're not gonna. Boom. Down goes Marowak. Back out comes Azu. And they have a lot of energy, so yet again, I'm gonna come in with the Gator, force them to throw. Perfectly fine with me. Just gonna let this go. Down goes the Gator, and Shadow Cacturn is going to resist it, Sucker Punch this thing all the way down. That's how it's gonna go. And it is what it is. GG's to my opponent. On to the next one. We got a Malamar in the lead. Wonderful. Not really. definitely don't want to see this. So we're going to instant pivot into for Alligator, and they choose to stay in, farm up a ton of energy, and then swap in Dugong. Now, I have to keep in mind that they have a ton of energy on that Malamar. But, that being said, we're just going to keep throwing these Hydros, chipping away this Dugong, and hopefully I'll be able to maintain alignment, so that way I can maybe get the Cacturn aligned to the Malamar, so at least the side waves are resisted, you know? Maybe I'll have a chance, but yeah, here we go. I fall victim to an Icy Wind bait, and now I'm debuffed. Fantastic. Anyway, we're going to throw this Hydro Cannon. Maintaining alignment. They didn't want to shield, so that's okay. That's okay for me. They're going to take their shield advantage, come back in with the Malamar. I kind of wanted to shield, but I can't afford to, so I'm just going to let it go. And then I am going to come in with the Shadow Cacturn, and hopefully be able to do something here. Out comes a Kanto Marowak. Now, you would think, wonderful, right? It's not wonderful because I'm giving away free Mud Slaps. That's why it's not wonderful. But we get the first shield, and then I know these are resisted moves, but I have to shield because this thing is so glassy. So, shield up the Bone Club, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to catch this Rock Slide on my Tentacruel, and hopefully that gives me a chance to still be in this game. Poison Jab down the Marowak, back out comes Malamar. They're going to farm up a ton of energy again, and then I'm thinking, I'm going to lose this game. But I survive on 1 HP, just enough to get this debuff off. Now you think, they're not going to shield because they know it's an acid spray. But here's the thing, that debuff allows me to Sucker Punch this all the way down. GG's to my opponent. Moving on to the next one, we got a Talonflame on the lead. Fantastic. You'll love to see the flying KFC chicken. Oh, out comes another flyer. Wonderful. The flying Umbreon. We are going to let this move go through. Dark Pulse. Does a decent amount of damage. But we're not swapping out. We're just going to stay in, throw the Scald, and hopefully get a debuff. Which we do. Which means I can live this next move, not shield, and hopefully just win this matchup right here. Unless they decide to shield. Which I don't think they will because they don't know what else I have. So, back out comes Talonflame. It gets a 1 Incinerate running start, which is a little scary. But we got Gator to do something here. First Hydro Cannon, obviously going to go shielded. I have to get this thing as low as possible, regardless of anything. So, I'm going to shield probably every single move that comes through, regardless. Ooh, I could have got another Shadow Claw in there, but oh well. Second Hydro Cannon, grabbing the second shield, and here's the thing. I'm going to shield. I know they have another move, but I have no choice. I have no choice, because Cacturn just is going to get deleted. But, hopefully, oof. Oh man, that was close. What do they got in the back? Oh, fantastic. Not wasting any time. Throwing the Trailblaze, getting rid of this Mud Boy. Well, whatever you want to call it. Mud Slug thing. GG's to my opponent. On to the next one. We got we got a Raticate on the lead. Not something I'm used to seeing, but I'm pretty sure that I watched the video with Eradicate on the team. So, I can't remember what the team was, but I'm pretty sure I've seen an Eradicate team. That being said, oh, my bait goes shielded. Finally, another one. And we are going to shield as well and try. Okay, out comes Ferrothorn. So, I'm going to debuff it and probably come in with the Cacturn. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, this is when I found out how glassy this thing is. Watch this. Power Whip. Boom! Look at that. A Power Whip almost took me out. That's insane. Holy cow. But, what are they going to do? They are going to come in with a Clodsire. Okay. They shield? Why did they shield? Sometimes, you know, I get a little confused at my gameplay, but at the same time, I don't know. Sometimes it's not only me. Like, people make very strange shield calls, and I don't know. It is what it is. But, back out comes this rat to be met with a big old cannon to the face, and they top left. GG's to my opponent. Alright, we got a Shadow Drifloon on the lead. A little scary, but we're going to come in with the Gator and start clawing away, and then we're greeted by the bulky Toxapex. Man, this thing, I've been seeing it a lot more lately, and it's quite annoying. But, what can you do? We are going to fire off the second Hydro. They're not going to shield, because Toxapex is just a bulky bulky thing. I don't even know what that thing is, actually. I've tried to figure it out, but I can't. Anyway, Brian's gonna come through, get us low so they can poison jab us down. We're gonna come back in with the Tentacruel and try to go down to a poison jab of our own, or try to poison jab down ourselves. They actually saved that Toxapex on like 1 HP, or like whatever HP. But we're gonna debuff it, come in with this Shadow Cacturn, shield up whatever they throw, because again, this thing is super glassy, can't take a hit for nothing. And then we are going to Sucker Punch it all the way down. I am going to throw this Trailblaze straight away, ramping up our attack, and they bring it out on the Toxapex. They catch it on Toxapex, catch it, whatever, and then they shield. They shield. So, I'm definitely shielding this. Back out comes the Drifloon. We're going to throw a couple Sucker Punches and catch the Icy Wind onto our Tentacruel, securing this matchup. There's nothing they can do. We got this in the bag. We're going to farm this thing all the way down, and yet... Oh no. Oh no, I got enough health. GG's. Scared me for a second. On to the next one. We got another Malamar. Fantastic. So we're going to instantly pivot into our Gator, and we're met by the one and only Machamp. Shadow Machamp is super scary. I can't lie. It's like Goro from Mortal Kombat. It's just super spammy, but what can you do? You can let the Feraligatr go down and come back in with the Tentacruel, because that's all I can do. Gonna wait out our timer, come back in with the Tentacruel. They're gonna farm up, and that is definitely a Stone Edge. So, I'm shielding. And it is. Thankfully they didn't bait me. They come back in with the Malamar. I'm going to debuff this thing and get out of here immediately. Come back in, or come in, not come back, come in with the Cactus, Cacturn, Scarecrow. I don't know what it is, but we are going to shield that up, Sucker Punch it down, and then they have a Dugong. Oh boy, let's see. We're going to throw this first one right before they get to it. They're going to shield, but guess what? We win CMP. Sucks to be you, buddy. Dugong, see you later. Back out comes Machamp, and they top left. GG's to my opponent. Oh, look at that. That's the end of it. So, as we've seen, Shadow Cacturn cannot take a hit, but it can sure dish one out. That's for sure. But, for the team as a whole, it's a solid team to have fun with. I definitely recommend it if you're trying to have some fun. It's great. Get some big booms, great laughs. It's amazing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, as I enjoyed making it like I always do. See you in the next one. Peace.